And
we obey the law,
I hope
Representative.
that you're proud of your performance today, Mr. Secretary, because
I hope you get some social media
it's pretty
clips.
safe to say that this is probably the most corrupt Treasury Department in our nation's history. And while you dance around questions to protect Trump, Americans are suffering in Trump's spiraling economy.
From the very first question, Linda Sanchez attempts to put Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent on the defensive, throwing out legal accusations and claiming President Trump receives special treatment regarding IRS audits. She tries to overwhelm the hearing with complex legal arguments and political spin, hoping to score a headline. But Bessent refuses to play along. With complete confidence, he reminds—
Secretary, do you believe that all Americans should follow our tax laws?
Yes, Congressman.
Yes, good. So do I. And do you believe that for those Americans who break our tax laws, they should be audited or held accountable?
Well, I think there are two things there. An audit is not a result of breaking the law.
Yes or no? Simple question.
Well, no, it's not a simple question. It's
okay,
a two-part
then
question.
let me break it into two. Do you think they should?
If you're asking me, should every taxpayer be audited?
Please answer that. I came here for answers. If you came here to waste time, I'm going to try to make sure you don't do that. Do you believe that people who lie on their tax returns should be audited?
Yes.
Okay, do you think that people who break our laws should be held accountable, our tax laws?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Very simple. Not a hard question. No. I'm glad we agree. So why is it that you are allowing President Trump to have complete immunity from being audited?
Again, I'm going to have to refer you to my previous statements. And
what was your previous statement, sir?
That I am unable to comment on any of the ongoing litigation.
Okay, can you name the ongoing case concerning President Trump's immunity from audit?
Sorry?
Can you name?
There are three cases.
Can you name them, please?
That are out there now, and I will be happy to get back to you on those, because again, I am not a lawyer.
Okay.
We are represented by the DOJ.
Great. You said that you can't because there's ongoing litigation. You'll get me the name of the ongoing litigation, because the only ongoing litigation that I know of is surrounding the $1.8 million slush fund, which has already been suspended. The fact is that the judge's ruling in the litigation that references that slush fund only addresses the anti-weaponization fund. It doesn't even address Trump's immunity from audit. So I would like to ask unanimous consent to enter into the record the judge's order in the Floyd versus Department of Justice case.
Without objection.
Thank you. Now, Secretary, you said you're not an attorney. Is that correct?
Mercifully.
Okay. Well, I am, and I'm actually proud to be an attorney and know the laws, and I know how to read a judicial ruling. Furthermore, I know that since 1962, the Supreme Court has held that ongoing litigation does not prevent someone from testifying in a congressional hearing. So once again, I'm going to ask, why are you allowing President Trump and his family to have complete immunity from being audited?
Again, since you're a lawyer, you will understand that the U.S. Treasury and the IRS are represented by the Justice Department and the Acting Attorney General.
Yes, but I just mentioned a Supreme Court case that doesn't bar you from testifying. It's pretty clear to me, though, however, that you're not interested in answering questions. You're interested in arguing. Let me ask you this question. If President Biden amended a prior tax return and claimed that he was owed $1 billion, do you think that that would be audited, or should it be audited?
I'm not going to talk about any
because you're not really here to answer questions. I don't understand why you wouldn't audit that, and I don't understand why you wouldn't do the same for President Trump. So the ruling by the Justice Department,
do you have specific knowledge of an audit of President Trump?
Excuse me. It's my time. You're not here to ask me questions. I'm here to ask you questions, and hopefully you're here to try to answer some of them. I'm curious to know who counts as Trump's family for the purposes of this immunity. Is it his children, his in-laws, his grandchildren, his second or third cousin, his great-great-grandchildren? Do you know the answer to that question, Mr. Secretary?
Again, I imagine you have the Justice Department phone number. I would suggest you call them.
I'm not the one that runs the Department of the Treasury or that oversees what is happening with this immunity that has been granted.
I'm not the one either. We follow the instructions of our lawyers, and we obey the law,
I hope
Representative.
that you're proud of your performance today, Mr. Secretary, because
I hope you get some social media
I think it's pretty
clips.
safe to say that this is probably the most corrupt Treasury Department in our nation's history. And while you dance around questions to protect Trump, Americans are suffering in Trump's spiraling economy. Inflation is now rising faster than average hourly wages. Gas prices are at an all-time high with the war in Iran. The cost of groceries has risen 3.2% over the past years, and prices on most goods have gone up because of Trump's tariffs. So I don't see how you could call that anything other than a failure of the most corrupt Treasury Department in history.
Your time has expired, Ms. Sanchez.
Thank you. My time has expired.
Secretary, I would love for you to respond to the accusations at your department, because I think you are due the opportunity for that.
The Congresswoman is slanderous. She has nothing but the unsubstantiated opinions, and I will not stand for that. There is nothing corrupt. We move at the highest levels, and just because she cannot get the answer she wants, if she would like to give me facts, she seems long on facts, short on facts, long on hot air, and I will not stand for that. Yeah, that's great.
Mr. Arrington is recognized.
Disgrace to make a remark like
From the very first question, Linda Sanchez attempts to put Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent on the defensive, throwing out legal accusations and claiming President Trump receives special treatment regarding IRS audits. She tries to overwhelm the hearing with complex legal arguments and political spin, hoping to score a headline. But Bessent refuses to play along. With complete confidence, he reminds everyone of one simple fact. The Treasury Department does not control the Department of Justice, and ongoing legal matters belong to DOJ attorneys. Not him. In just a few moments, he completely dismantles the foundation of her argument and exposes the exchange as political theater rather than a serious search for answers. If you enjoy watching facts defeat partisan narratives, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we bring you the biggest political showdowns every single day. As the hearing continues, Sanchez abandons her original argument and launches into a series of sweeping accusations about the economy, inflation, foreign policy, and alleged corruption, hoping to land a viral soundbite before her time runs out. But Scott Bessent refuses to be intimidated. He patiently waits for his opportunity, and the instant he gets the floor, he delivers a devastating response. Looking directly at the committee, Bessent calls out what he describes as baseless accusations and politically motivated attacks, making it clear he will not allow unsubstantiated claims to go unanswered. Then came the defining moment of the hearing, a sharp response that portrayed Sanchez as relying on rhetoric instead of evidence, leaving the room stunned that it was a commanding performance that showcased composure under pressure. Rather than taking the bait, Bessent stayed focused, challenged the accusations head-on, and transformed a political ambush into one of the hearing's most memorable moments. What do you think about Scott Bessent's response?